Throughout history, the Arctic has been a largely inaccessible place for outside cultures. However, recently, due to climate changes, improvements in technology, and continued interest in economic opportunities in the region, we can no longer consider the Arctic to be a region that is falling off the top of the map. Based on our research of Coast Guard capability gaps in the Arctic, we saw three major areas where there are gaps. The first is in communications. The communications environment in the Arctic is very, very challenging. There is a need for additional communications via radio, satellite, including both voice and digital media. There's also a gap in what we call domain awareness, which is understanding what hazards exist in the region, what conditions there are to operate in the region. This is also something that is very lacking in the Arctic. And then finally, we saw a U.S. Coast Guard gap in responding in the Arctic. And what this response gap entails is the ability to arrive on the scene to do whatever the law enforcement, search and rescue, or other mission the Coast Guard needs to do to take care of the immediate incident, but then also to have the logistics and the onshore infrastructure to carry through an operation over the course of months or even years in perhaps some scenarios as needed. And this would be true, for example, in the case of a major environmental disaster that required many weeks of follow-up. Any solution to these capability gaps will involve a portfolio approach. That is, although icebreakers, of course, have been very much a focus of the media recently, the gaps that we see in the Arctic are much broader than just icebreakers, so they are one important aspect of them. In reality, closing the gaps will require an investment in people, organizations, and various types of assets and fixed infrastructure. There is no silver bullet.